Good morning, gamers. I guess in this video I'm going to be showing you guys my Jorvik Shilling grind, so maybe you can be as rich as me someday. I definitely can't say that I do this routine every day, but I do try to do it most days, and I also don't do every part of it every day. You know, if there's a day where I just don't have a lot of time, I'll just do gardening. That's pretty much the most important thing in my opinion, and if there's a day where I have a little bit more time, I might do the extra things. Yeah, I think that gardening is the thing that gets me the most Jorvik Shillings. I do it pretty much every day, so I always have something to collect. And the first thing I do is just collect everything, like I just said, and then I replant everything. And I'll tell you guys how I replant it after I finish harvesting everything. Well, if you don't know anything about the gardening system, I don't know if I'm going to be the one to teach you. There's a lot of better videos out there on how to do it effectively. What I've noticed is that you get more Jorvik Shillings for the rare plants that you could get. I don't know, I never looked up a guide on the best combination, but I just noticed that when I plant these 3 plants in this one order, I get both of the rare plants. You know what I mean? Like, there's a chance I can get both of them. So I always do the same exact pattern. And it's only 3 plants, so this isn't really good for actually farming plants if you're using it for crafting or something. But I always do chamomile, bee balm, flax, in that order. Obviously, it doesn't matter if the chamomile is here or the flax is here. As long as the bee balm is in the middle, everything is okay. And this combination helps me get rare plants, and I'm able to get both types with this combination, and you know, I think the likelihood is pretty high for this one compared to other ones that I've tried out, you know. And I'm not very scientific about it. This is just like based off how I feel, because at first I just planted a bunch of random ones, and I noticed that bee balm and chamomile make rare plants together. I don't remember if it was the pink one or the blue one, doesn't matter. And then the same goes with flax and bee balm. They make a rare plant together, but they're both different colors. I hope that what I'm saying makes sense, because maybe I should have looked this stuff up. See, look, there's the Lumo petal and the Druid Sorrow. With this combination, you'll get a good mix of both. I have this is fairly the same amount of both, you know? It is random, so you might not get any if you plant it in this combination, but you'll get some for sure. So I'm just gonna go through and plant in this combination. Every single planter is gonna be planted with this 3 combo, and I'll get back to you after I finish. Fun fact, did you guys know you could literally just walk right through this thing? I didn't know that until I saw somebody else do it, and I was like, dang, you actually can just walk right through it. Isn't that crazy? Okay, great. So now I've replanted everything in my garden with this one combination. Like, literally everything is the same. I have so much chamomile, flax, and bee balm, and barely anything else. So now I'll have a good amount of light. I think I actually had some leftover from last time, so this is a little bit extra than how much I would usually get. Usually I like to go over here and just put whatever I have in storage. I don't have a lot right now because there was the summer festival and I spent all of it. Probably should have made a whole YouTube video of me spending money at this new event, but I didn't. I just did that for fun by myself alone. So yeah, here I usually just save it in I try to keep it 1,000-ish, more or less. It doesn't really matter too much, but that's just so I can get the exact amount when I'm buying things, so I don't waste too many Jorvik Shillings by going overboard, because you know we have the 10,000 cap. After I'm done with that, I usually change my seeds into light at this crafting place. And I'll just keep doing that until I have about 30 seeds in my backpack. I want to have a little bit just to be safe, just so next time I'm gardening, you know, I have enough seeds to replant. But you usually get enough just by harvesting in order to replant. So now I have 33, it's basically 30. I'm noticing that I'm pretty low on garden powder and I like to have around 30. So I think I'm just gonna craft a bunch of garden powder and that gives me light anyway, so let's just do that. And I don't craft garden powder every day, I kind of just like do it all in one clump, so then I'll have enough for a few days or something. Okay, so I have 30 garden powders and 555 light. That's pretty cool. It's a fun number. So then usually after I'm done with this, I'll go around and hit all of these rune things. I hear a lot of people say that they're difficult, and they definitely are in the beginning because you have to like memorize the things. I usually think of them as letters, and there's only like a few possibilities, so then once you really like learn the letters, it's not that difficult. And also something important to know is that the symbols show up in the same place every single time. Like the C will always be there. The F, I think, is behind this tree over here. The L is over there. The A is behind this tree, I think. The Z is behind here, I think, and then the N is also behind here. Man, I don't really know, I have to look around. But basically, I just remember Flazn, Flazn, and I just go around looking for them. I could be very, very wrong with what I said. The symbols were, I mean, the L was kind of obvious. I said that the F is behind this tree. Yeah, okay, it is. And then I said that the A is at this big tree, and that the N and the Z are behind here. The Z is here, the N is behind this other thing. And that's what I messed up on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Please forgive me. I do this quite often, so I feel like I have... I'm not trying to brag or anything, guys, but I have it pretty darn down pat. And that'll give you a good amount of light. That was 240. I also try and collect all of the plants here because that gives you a little bit of light. And then I also run over any of these leaf piles that I see because it also gives you seeds, which are always helpful, light, and sometimes even garden powders. I haven't unlocked everything on the skill tree thing because at some point, like, I just unlocked what I needed the most, and then I wanted to just, you know, use light only for Jorvik Shillings, but I think it would be fun to someday just unlock everything that's there. I saw like some people who, when they ran through the leaf bushes, it gave them plants, which is so weird. I definitely don't have that unlocked. So this is the next rune stone that I'm gonna do. This I always remember as the running man because it looks like a man who's running. So running man, G, down triangle, N, A. Oh, should I try to predict? I already saw that the G is behind here, behind this tree. The running man is there somewhere, if I remember correctly. The down triangle is at this tree over here. The N, I think that this is the N right here by this bush. And then the A is like, okay, the A is right there. Now I see it. So let's go see if I was right about the running man at least. Yeah, he's right here. And I'm sure, like, don't listen, I'm not a genius at all. If you just do it a lot, you'll get good. You'll probably even be better than moi, believe it or not. And then the G is behind here. I'll actually predict the next one without looking, because I saw some of them. Okay, I only saw the G on that last one, actually, technically. And the N. I'm also looking out for any, like, clumps of fireflies, because it could be trapped satchel, I think they're called, something like that. But basically, you just give them garden powder, and then they give you light. I'm also not seeing any... Oh, speaking of the devil, I also these things, and when I see them, I tend to do them. They can be frustrating, right? But it's not that bad. You know, I'm only gonna do this if I have a lot of time. So shift 2 to the left. Let me just do this in my brain, and you guys can see. You guys can see if I do it right. Okay, See, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad, guys. Come on. And I don't really know if those are really, really too frustrating for you. I don't even know if they're worth the light. You don't get that much compared to how much you get for finding the runes. I think it's probably more worth it to get good at the rune things. Man, okay, the rune things. What rune things? Those were both called runes. You know, the finding the letters game. I think that gives you a lot more light than that thing that I just did, like per time spent. Man, I'm not finding any of these trap satchels. I didn't know this for the longest time, but actually those trap satchels always pop up at the same locations. It depends on the day of the month. So you can find like these maps online that show you all the locations per day of the month. And sometimes when I have a lot of time, I'll just use one of those and find all of them for the day. I don't know why music is playing, but also I'm not hearing anything. Okay, so here's a trap satchel over here. There's a bunch of fireflies around it that makes it kind of easy to see. And I just, whatever it is, I'm giving my garden powders to it. Here's the next runestone glyph puzzle. Okay, let me do my thing. N, I think that's an N right there. Down triangle, man, I don't know this one as well, but this one is a little bit new to me. F, I think, is behind the stump. Y, I think, is also behind either this tree or this tree. A, man, I don't even know. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna remember N, down triangle, F, Y, A. N, down triangle, F, Y, A. N, down triangle, F, Y, A, F, Y, A. I was wrong about the Y being back here, actually. F, Y, A. What is back? Oh, here's the F. Was I right about that one? Okay, there's the Y and the A. So this one wasn't too hard. And you can do these like multiple times, but they will cost you more garden powder each time. If I really, really need money, I'll just spam the one at the beginning. Because I don't know, that's like the one I've done the most, so that's like the easiest one for me. And it'll cost me a lot of garden powder, but I have like all the materials for it. So all it really is time, because I'll just have to keep making more garden powder and then keep doing it. So like, it's a really good way to make a lot of money. But this way you get more of the trap satchels, you get more stuff, it's a little bit more fun, and yeah. And you use less garden powders. I mean, technically, it's not good to like waste resources, right? But let's just do rhinestone glyphs puzzle. So we have up triangle, R, F, N, swirly. The swirly is down here. Same with the N. I think that the F is over here. Either behind this rock or behind this log. I guess it's behind the log. No, it's behind the tree, actually. We need to get R anyway, right? I don't remember. I think it's either up or down triangle. Up triangle. Okay, so up triangle right here. Up triangle because the triangle is facing upwards. Is pointing upwards, I mean, rather. So now there's only one more puzzle, and it's all the way up here. Oh, and when there's these things, I'll chase them, but sometimes I'm so fed up I don't feel like dealing with it. I was about to say something like, ooh, they're always too slow, but actually genuinely, like, I'm lagging behind. I'm lagging quite literally, and I'm behind. These things also always pop up in the same location and go to the same location, so oftentimes you can predict where they are going if you just spend a lot of time around here. I mean, most of the technique in getting fast at this is literally just doing it a bunch. Let's see what we get now. We have up triangle, L, I, A, down triangle. So A is right there. L is over here. Okay, you can see it. A. Okay, well, there's up triangle. I don't really know. Oh, A. Girl, I'm so blind. L. I already said that one. I is right there. Okay, perfect. And down triangle is over here. So they're all like quite in sight. And then this is the last rune glyph puzzle. and usually I end it here, you know? I've made quite a bit of light at this point. Let's see after I finish this. Let's see how much light I have accumulated. 2,413 just from doing the seeds and then doing some rhinestone glyphs. I got literally just one saddle, trapped satchel, sorry. One of those flies. I forget their names. And we also got a few seeds, which will be helpful. Usually, by this point, I go up here and do the rune training or whatever, but there is the summer festival going on. I don't know if it'll be going on by the time I post this video, but either way, I think I'm gonna go do that instead and probably end the video here because this is what I do basically every day, you know? In Hollow Woods specifically, which is really the only place where I make most of my money. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. See you later.